This video is brought to you by BetUS Sportsbook and Casino.
Welcome to Boss Cowboy Sports, and this is an interesting one. We're going to talk about the star player of the game, or star person. Before we get into this video is brought to you by BetUS, where you can receive 125% bonus on your first three deposits up to $2,000 if you decide to bet with BetUS. So bet on your knowledge, you can definitely come up. So get into this video. The question is, who is the star of the Browns for the Dallas Cowboys? So I can usually say who the star player is pretty much on the post game. Usually it's that obvious, but this time it's not. This time it was hard. I had to really sleep on this, because you could ask the question, was it Over-shon, right? He had 9 tackles, 5 solo, 4 assists, a sack with 2 pressures as a debut. Fantastic. And then when you look at his film, you just see some outstanding stuff, right? So just kind of going through it, looking at it, breaking it down, just kind of play by play. You just see somebody that's very solid on his tackling, playing with a lot of courage. A physical player, athletic, and one of the main things you see from him is major closing. Like, he's a Superman type player. Like, even going out of bounds, you can see him dive right there, left his feet to try to make a tackle out of bounds. So just an aggressive player, like the type of player to have a debut game like this right here. He almost made that tackle in the backfield from the backside. So just watching all the instincts in Over-shon to be his first game is just amazing, because really you could really call him low-key what? A rookie. You could easily call him a rookie, but just watching his tenacity, you see a true dog player. Now this is where he made the biggest case with this big hit on Watson. Right here you can see it just with this pursuit and close and bow, ooh, and hit him with the AI. Oh, wait, boom, and hit him with the walkover. Oh, don't do it. Over. Don't do it. Bow. Ooh, AI with the stop. Oh, how can you not get excited for the star? So is it him? Or is it Eric Kendricks? Is Eric Kendricks the star player? Is he the guy that played with speed, toughness, made himself available, and was relentless? Shout out to Coach Marr for coming up with the STAR acronym, because he also had a crazy game. I would say bigger stats: 9 tackles, 6 solo, 3 assists, 2 sacks, and 3 pressures. Ooh, go to the film. So if I look at him and I compare him to Over-shon as I'm trying to figure out who to star, right? When I look at Eric, I see somebody that's in the right place at the right time, playing with good anticipation, obviously, right? Somebody that can handle the Zimmer system. Right here, he tackling people, should have got a flag. He just tackling people. I don't know why he did that, but still was able to get in on a tackle. Now I just see, good instincts, in the right place at the right time, tackles for loss, getting everybody excited. Like, you see a lot in Eric that shows you that Eric Kendricks is the type of linebacker that we haven't had in some time. It also should tell you why it was always goofy for us to be so in love with an injury-prone LV. Because when you get a real linebacker in here, you can really see what you was missing in the old linebackers. Somebody that know how to actually penetrate make plays behind the line of scrimmage, and just make big plays, period. Just always being a terrorist around the ball, you know? So you got to ask yourself, if I'm looking at the bigger plays and the bigger clips between Over-shon and Eric, who is the star? Because I'm gonna tell you who the star is. I'm kind of teasing you right now but I had to sleep on this as I was just watching these dudes get down and compete. See, and I also want you to notice that I don't have nobody on offense as a star candidate, because to me the defense was the real terrorists and tone setters of this game. So is it Eric? Is it Eric? Or is it Micah? Is it Micah? Because Micah, my Lord, 4 tackles, 3 solo, 1 assist, 1 sack with 11 pressures. I'm talking about absolutely went crazy. Like, in terms of pressure, Micah Parsons was an absolute animal. He was an absolute animal. I'm not going to show this whole film session because I already did this film session. You know, but he was super impactful. Matter of fact, y'all make sure y'all go check it out. It's where I did a film session basically explaining how Micah Parsons had a phenomenal game, but also he left some meat on the bone, because he had 1 sack. He should have had 4. So is he the star though? Is he the star, or is Tank the star? Right? Is Tank the star? Could you say he's the one that was the star player of the game? Because he also had an amazing stat line: 5 tackles, 1 solo, 2 assists. I thought he had 2 sacks, 1 sack and 7 pressures. All right, either way, crazy day, crazy day. So listen, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and get to the point. The star, I'm gonna be honest, it's none of these guys. It's none of them. Nope. It's not Tank. It's not Micah. It's not Over-shon. Nope. My star is not Eric Kendricks. Ding dong. The star to me of this entire game is 2 people, mainly 1. Zimmer and Paul Gunter. Mainly Paul Gunter is the star. Especially Paul Gunter. My official star is Paul Gunter. Yeah. Now, what's funny is the first time I did this, usually stars go to players. The very first time I did a show on this, my star was Mike McCarthy, because around that time, that's when he started calling out Kellen Moore publicly. And I talked about that he did it with speed. He showed toughness and he made himself available. And he was relentless. But you can make that same argument for Paul Gunter. Yes, he did have to move with speed. Why? Because the linebackers under Scott McCurley was just god awful. And Paul Gunter was tasked with the assignment to come in and fix the linebackers with speed. And he had to be tough about it. He had to. And most importantly, he had to make himself available. He did. Why? See, a lot of people forgot And if you've been paying attention, Dan Quinn has been making lovey-dovey phone calls to Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons said himself that Dan Quinn still checks on him. So guess who had to make himself available? Guess who went out his way to start having these meetings to teach football at a high level to his star? It was Paul Gunter. And guess what started to happen to the defense? The defense didn't just show the athletic giftness that they used to be able to easily show under Dan Quinn. What you also seeing, because Paul made himself available, is the IQ and guys in the right place at the right time, because they're actually following Micah Parsons. But ain't that fun? I thought Micah Parsons was selfish. I thought he was dumb. I mean, according to what a lot of people in the media was saying, I was hearing he was selfish. I was hearing that he didn't like to study and shit. Like, I was hearing that. But then you come to find out that Micah and Paul Gunter has been meeting consistently to the point to where a whole lot of other players have gotten involved with the higher level IQ studies between Paul Gunter and his star players, Micah Parsons and Trayvon Diggs. So he had to be relentless to get this done, because he was protecting against the sneak of Snake Quinn. See, Snake Quinn, one of them exes that like to keep in touch. See, you know, when your ladies say, no, he's just my friend. Yes, I used to date him. I went on a couple of dates, but we never did anything. See, that's Dan Quinn. See, because, you know, they'll try to play you like that. We never had sex. No, we did not. No, I just keep in touch with him. See, that's Dan Quinn. So Paul had to move with speed, and he had to correct all the trash. So my first star of the game is the guy who quickly came in here and corrected the mess that was from Scott McCurley. Under Scott McCurley, you wasn't seeing linebackers in the backfield. You wasn't seeing them stepping up, playing down here. You wasn't seeing any of that. Now under Paul Gunter and Zimmer, you seeing a downhill linebacker crew, and you seeing just epic big plays happening everywhere. You seeing it happen everywhere, just epic big plays happening all over the field, and it's because of Paul Gunter. So that's my star of the game, man, and we could be doing this hopefully on a weekly basis. Also giving y'all a chance to give some clips and stuff that I saw in the game, like the big hit that I saw from Over-shon. But all I'm doing is staying consistent, because I've always said this. According to the book of Boss Cowboy, chapter 1, verses 7 and 8. If an individual is playing bad isolated from his position group, then blame that individual for his foul play. But if the entire group plays bad, then you blame the coach. But also, it's a B part. If an individual is playing well isolated from his position group, then credit that individual for unique talent and play. But if the entire group plays excellent, then you credit the coach and pay that coach extra, for they are a supreme asset. So this video is brought to you by BetUS, where you'll receive 125% bonus on your first 3 deposits up to $2,000. Other than that, it's your boy Boss Cowboy Sports bringing you another edition of the Star of the Browns. And yes, it is Paul Gunter. Y'all stay up.
This video is brought to you by BetUS Sportsbook and Casino.